Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see one of the interesting UI approach, draggable cards. So if you are not aware of cards, you just check out my previous video. I just made a dedicated video on the particular cards. So I just explained detailing what are the properties we can use in cards. So today we are going to see how we can enable the draggable cards. So draggable cards is nothing but maybe I will just share you a scenario. Based on that, you can just imagine. So I'm just designing a page where I'm having a like a HR pay elements, that is deductions. In our salary, we will be deducting some of the deductions, that is like income tax, PF, those kind of things we will be deducting in a particular order. So there will be order. First, this should be deducted, then this should be deducted. If you have any loans, those loans will be deducted at the last. Those kind of things will be there. So the people can, the HR people can rearrange the priority based on their criteria. So we are going to design some interactive cards. Based on that, the user can, that is the HR people can drag the cards and they can just set the priority instead of traditional way of giving fields to change the priorities. So today we are going to see that cards draggable approach for this scenario. So let us begin. Before that, I'm having this query. So I will just showcase. So this is my query. So this is my table I'm having. So using this, we are going to design the cards. This table contains the pay element ID, element code, element name, calculation type, and priority number. So we are going to update this priority number when the cards is like rearranged. So this is the column we are going to update, and this is the primary key, and this is the pay element. That is a like a PF, income tax, those kind of things. So first, I'm going to use this query as my source for the cards. So first, create a region, change the type to cards. So under the source, you just select the SQL query as a query source and enter this query. So now we have just saved this. Next, we will be changing the card type to style B. So this is just for UI purpose. You can just keep as a default as well. So I'm changing to style B. Then navigate to this attribute section. Here you just keep the grid auto. On the primary key, I'm going to select pay element ID. This is my primary key. And under the title, I'm going to select this element name. Then next, I'm going to, under the subtitle, I'm going to select the calculation type. This is based on your requirement. You can just select the columns which you want to display it in your screen. So next, I'm going to select batch. So under the icon and batch, select the batch column as element code. This is a batch column. You just save now and run the page. Now you can see the cards is come. So this is the title and the subtitle and this is the batch. So this is the section. So now currently this is my order. First is PF, next is income tax and employee state insurance like this. This is in this order. The deduction will be deducted from my salary. Now the HR people needs to rearrange the order. So they are in the traditional way we can give some entry fields to edit those priority. Now in this approach we are going to drag this card to this position wherever the sequence should come. So for that, we are going to use a external JS library, JavaScript library, draggable JS. So for that, I will go to this page builder. You can either you can just upload it as a static file, or otherwise you can use a CDN link. For now, in this demo purpose, we are going to use CDN link. You just navigate to this page level file URL. So under the JavaScript file URL, we need to copy paste that CDN URL of that searchable JS library. So this is the URL for getting that sortable JS. We can just drag and drop those kind of functionality we can get from this URL. So you just save this. Next, under this function and global variable declaration, we are going to declare one orders variable of array type. Using this, we are going to capture the order of the pay elements, that is the order of the cards. Then we are going to update the priority column based on this order. So I'm just defining in a global and function variable. Next, in the execute when page loads, here we are going to initiate that sortable JS class. So here we need to initiate that class. For that, So this is the code we are going to use to initiate that sortable class. We are creating an object here and we are defining some property. So don't change this anything. You just use as such. So here this is the static ID of our cards. So we need to define our static ID. So I'm just copying this static ID. You can use this code as such. Don't worry. I will just give you all this code in our description below so that you can just copy the codes and you can just practice in your way. So we need to set this static id, so you don't change this any coding, just copy the static id, or you can just name your you can give your own static id. You just go to this cards, search for static id. So in I am just recording this video in a 26.1 version. So in 26.1 version, we should paste this in HTML DOM ID, that is document object model ID. So if you are working in the below versions like 24 or 0.1 or 2, you can just mention in static ID. Now I am just recording in 26, so I am just taking for this HTML DOM ID. So here I am just pasting. Once this is done, you can just go here, refresh the page. Now you can just drag this. You can see now the cards are moving. So this is the purpose of that JS library. Using that library, we are just moving the cards. We are just enabling that drag and drop functionality. Now next we need to capture that order. Suppose the provident fund, this is the first order and this is the second order. Suppose if I am just moving this income tax to 1, then this will be a first order and this will be second order. Those kind of things we need to capture. For that in the code, in the execute code, we will be seeing that code functionality. Here you can see this is the orders. This order variable we have just declared previously in the function and global variable. And in the initial on end means when you are dropping the card, this functionality will be triggered. So we are just making this array as a empty array. We are just every time we are just clearing this array. Then here we are just using this for each. We are just taking the data ID. Data ID is nothing but the primary key. The primary key will be stored under this data ID property. So we are just getting the primary key and we are just pushing that to the this array and the order. So first income tax is 1, then next PF is 2. When I drag the PF to income tax, then the PF will be at the 1 and this will be 2. So we are just storing the primary key of ID in the sequence. So based on this primary key order, we will be updating the priority. So this is the logic behind this. Next, now we have just made this drag and drop functionality. Next we need to save this. So for that we will be designing one button. So under this breadcrumb bar I'm going to design one button. So this is going to save the priority. So I'm going to make it as save, and if you want you can just give any color or like you can just design your UI. So I'm going to give save, and I'm going to give it as like type as to success, and size will be large, and you just change the slot position to next. Now save this and run the page. Now we will get this save button in this slot area. So now after drag and drop or after rearranging the order, I can click this save button to save that order in my backend. So to capture that, we need to create a dynamic action for this save button. So I'm going to create a dynamic action. Since I'm using a 26, so it is a trigger action. This is a new feature they introduced in 26.1. If you are not aware of this feature, you can just check out my previous video. I have made a dedicated video for this trigger actions. So trigger action is nothing but it will also bring out all the actions available under the dynamic actions. So under that I'm going to select execute server side, and that is client side JavaScript code, since we are going to write a JavaScript code. So expand this. Now I'm going to copy and paste the code. So this is the code we are going to use. We are calling Ajax callback for saving that, updating the priority. So first we are just showcasing some spinner. This is for showing the spinner in the JS spinner. Then we are just calling this Ajax callback. The save priority we need to create next. So under the we are just passing this orders array as a input parameter to this Ajax callback. On success, we are just removing this spinner and we are just showing the message. success message, priority element that is saved successfully. And we are just hiding this message. Maybe I can increase some more time, 5 to 6 seconds. Next error, if we anything error means we are just capturing the error also. This is a Ajax callback we are calling on clicking on the save button by passing the orders variable, that is array. So now we need to create the Ajax callback. So I'm going navigating to this process section, right click and create a process under this Ajax callback and keep the same name what we have kept in the JS code. So here we need to write our update statement for updating our priority based on the orders which we have captured. So this is the code for updating. So we are using Apex application GF01. So F01 is nothing but we are just pass the input in the Ajax callback. So that orders, that array value will be passed here, and we are just taking the count, that is the length. So how many, what is the length of that array? So based on that, we are looping over one by one on that array, and then we are updating the p element. That is our we are updating the table with the priority in the same order. So in what order the primary key is pushed into that array, in the same order we are just mentioning, we are updating the priority, and in the where condition we are just passing that primary key of that pay elements. So using this logic, we are just updating on clicking on the save, and we are just showing a success message in a JSON form. So that's it. So now we just save this and we will be running this, then we will see how it's working. So first we will see, first currently PF and income tax is some priority. If I just drag and drop without saving, I'm just refreshing. You can see again PF and income tax is coming because it is the card is re-rendering from the DB. Again the SQL query is running and it is fetching the priority order. So now we will be cross checking once again in the query level as well. First is PF and next is income tax. Suppose if I'm just changing this uh, loan recovery to the first one. So first loan recovery, then PF. Then I'm just clicking on this save. So once I just click on the save, this pay element deduction, I got that success message. Now I will just refresh this. Now you can see loan recovery is also coming in the first card. To verify this, we will be running this in the previous run. PF is the first one. Now I will rerun this SQL query. Now you can see loan recovery is the first one and the priority number is updated. So using this approach, you can just design an attractive and interactive UI cards like a drag and drop approach. So this is one of the scenario. You can just use this concept to your requirement. Based on your requirement, you can use this concept to make this priority. Like this will be useful in checking the priorities, updating the status, like awaiting, assign, those kind of things. You can just uh, re- uh, rearrange the priority of the ticket request, those kind of things. You can use this approach. So if you like this video, please subscribe to channel Tanike Solution and put a like to this video. Please share this video to our Apex community. If you want some other topics to be covered, please mention those topic suggestions in the comment section below so that we will make a dedicated video on the particular topic. Keep supporting us. Thank you.